The air always tastes different before a tuna trip. It's thick with salt, sure, but there's something else mixed in. It's the sharp tang of anticipation, a metallic hum of nervous energy that settles over the deck like an early morning fog. We had been watching the charts for weeks, tracing the subtle shifts in water temperature chlorophyll breaks. Reports were trickling in whispers of giants moving south along the shelf. These weren't just any fish, giant bluefin tuna, the ghosts of the canyon, powerful and elusive. Preparing the boat is a ritual, a dance of practiced movements. Each rod, each reel, each foot of line checked and rechecked with religious devotion. You're not just prepping gear, you're preparing for war. The night before we shove off is restless. Leaving the harbor in the pre-dawn blackness is a form of baptism. The familiar lights of the shore shrink behind us one by one, until they are just a faint, glittering memory. Then, there is only the darkness and the rhythmic thrum of the diesel engines pushing us farther into the abyss. The boat plows through the gentle swells, the bow rising and falling with a comforting cadence. The air grows colder, cleaner, stripped of any terrestrial scent. It is the pure, unadulterated breath of the open sea. We are a tiny, self-contained universe of light and sound, a speck of human ambition moving across an immense and indifferent canvas. As the first hint of light bleeds along the eastern horizon, the ocean transforms. What was an intimidating black void slowly reveals itself as a world of impossible blues and shifting grays. The surface of the water now shimmers with a million tiny points of light. This is the magic hour, a time of profound peace and boundless possibility. The crew moves with a quiet efficiency, brewing coffee, setting out the trolling spread, each person falling into their role without a word needing to be spoken. The anticipation from the night before has now sharpened into a focused, patient readiness. We are hunters, and this is our domain. The sheer scale of the ocean is something you can never truly get used to. Tuna fishing is not a matter of luck. It is a science and an art form combined. You don't just drive around the ocean hoping to stumble upon a fish. You hunt for them by reading the water, a skill that takes years to hone and a lifetime to master. We study satellite imagery looking for temperature breaks, cold, nutrient-rich water colliding with warmer Gulf Stream currents. These edges are invisible highways for baitfish. Where the bait goes, the predators follow. 1 degree can change everything. 2 degrees can change everything. Empty ocean versus a vibrant ecosystem teeming with life. The instruments on the bridge are our eyes beneath the surface. The fish finder chirps, sending sound waves down and listening for echoes. We scan for large, distinct tuna marks. For hours, the ocean can seem like a beautiful but desolate desert. The sun beats down, the waves roll on, and the rods remain silent. Doubt can begin to creep in at the edges of your mind. Did we read the charts wrong? Did the fish move on? Then, it happens. Far off in the distance, a patch of water that was once calm erupts as if being boiled from below. A flock of shearwaters, which had been circling lazily, suddenly folds its wings and dive bombs the surface like a squadron of fighter jets. This is the moment we've been waiting for. This is the sign. The ocean has decided to reveal one of its secrets. As we approach, the scene becomes a chaotic symphony of life and death. The water is churned into a white froth by thousands of panicked baitfish fleeing for their lives. Dolphins leap clear of the water, their sleek bodies arcing through the air as they join the feast. The air is filled with the frantic cries of the birds and the unmistakable smell of fish oil, a scent that to a fisherman is sweeter than any perfume. Beneath this surface-level chaos, we know the real titans are at work. It happens without warning. There is no gentle nibble, no tentative tug. There is only a sudden, violent explosion. Old Faithful bends into a deep, impossible arc, its tip pointing directly down at the water. Before anyone can even shout, the reel begins to scream. It's a high-pitched, piercing shriek. Line melts off the spool in a blur, disappearing into the ocean. The first few seconds are pure, unadulterated chaos. Adrenaline floods your system, excitement, panic. The calm, focused crew transforms into a whirlwind of action. Fish on, center rigger. 2 crew members clear the other lines, reeling them in fast to avoid a tangle. The captain is at the helm, expertly maneuvering the boat, turning to follow the fish and help the angler gain line. Every movement is precise and practiced, a ballet of emergency response. The angler is strapped into the fighting harness, connected directly to the beast. Knuckles white on the rod, body braced against the gunnel. The fight with a giant bluefin tuna is not a sprint. It's really a grueling marathon. It's a battle of endurance strength strategy, fought between the angler on the deck and the titan lurking in the deep. That initial blistering run ends, then the fight settles into a brutal rhythm of give and take. The angler pumps the rod, lifting the tip toward the sky to gain a few precious inches, then reels down furiously as they lower the rod, capturing that small victory. Repeat. Each pump feels monumental against a totally immovable force. Honestly, it's like trying to lift a car off the ocean floor with a fishing rod. The fish uses its environment and anatomy to its advantage, sounding, diving straight down into crushing deep pressure, its broad body creating immense drag. Minutes turn into a half hour, then an hour. Muscles in the angler's back, legs, arms scream in protest. The rest of the crew provides constant support, offering water, encouragement, coaching. After what feels like a lifetime of struggle, something changes. The angle of the line begins to shallow. The fish is coming up. The angler, exhausted, senses a shift and finds new adrenaline. For the first time, they're gaining more line than they're losing. The crew readies the gaffs, the tail rope, movements quick and purposeful. The end is near. This is one of the most dangerous moments. A tired fish can make one last desperate lunge at the side of the boat. Then we see it, a ghostly flash of silver and blue deep beneath the hull. A spectral shape in the dark water. We call it seeing color. A jolt of pure exhilaration runs through everyone on board. The abstract weight finally has a form. The shape becomes clearer. The fish is larger, more defined. It is a giant. The sheer size takes your breath away. The water around it explodes. The silence that falls over the deck after the chaos is thick and heavy. The only sounds are the panting breaths of the exhausted crew, the gentle lapping of the waves against the hull. The tuna lies before us, a mountain of muscle and silver. It's bigger than we thought. Its skin shimmers, a mosaic of deep ocean blues, mother of pearl, and flashes of gold. Its eye, now still, seems to hold the wisdom of the deep. There's no wild cheering or high-fiving, not yet. Instead, there is a shared moment of quiet, profound respect. We immediately go to work to honor the fish and preserve its quality. The fish is bled, gutted, and packed in ice with a practiced efficiency that borders on reverence. Running your hand over its smooth, powerful flank, you can feel the dense muscle that propelled it through the ocean and fought against us for so long. It feels less like a fish and more like a piece of living sculpture, perfectly designed for its life in the deep. The emotions begin to surface as the adrenaline subsides. A slow smile spreads across their face. The journey back to shore is always different from the journey out. The nervous anticipation is replaced by a deep, satisfying sense of accomplishment. The thrum of the engine seems to beat in time with our own tired but happy hearts. As the sun begins its slow descent toward the western horizon, it paints the sky in brilliant hues of orange, pink, purple. It feels like a final salute from the heavens, a grand finale to an epic day. The crew, now relaxed, shares stories and replays every moment of the battle. This adventure was about more than just catching a fish. It was a lesson in patience, perseverance, and the power of teamwork. It taught us that with the right preparation, focus, and a little bit of luck, a small group of people can achieve something extraordinary. We pushed ourselves to our physical and mental limits and came out stronger on the other side. The ocean strips away the non-essentials, leaving you with what truly matters. Trust in your equipment, faith in your crew, respect for the natural world. Seeing the lights of the harbor on the horizon is bittersweet. We are eager to return to the comforts of land to share our story with family and friends, but a part of us will always remain out there on that patch of blue water where we did battle with a giant. The ocean gets into your blood. The memory of the screaming reel, the sight of the fish breaking the surface, the feeling of shared victory stay with you forever. It gave us a fish, and it gave us so much more. It gave us a story, a memory, a reminder of the wild beauty beyond the horizon. And we know we will be back to knock on its door again very soon.